We're back! I wonder if the lighting is better over there, actually. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I need to wipe down that table. Oh, there we go. Ah. I still look dead. That's okay. A lot of things have gone not wrong. A lot of things have gone on since I've last talked. And maybe if I want to keep being able to consistently do this, I need to compromise and not have the all or nothing mindset. So I'm just going to make this short and sweet, which is an album I've been really obsessed with lately. Love short and sweet. Oh yeah, I was gonna show the book I'm reading. So this is the book I'm reading, slowly but surely. It's called Hunger by Newt Hampson. It was my drawing professor's, one of his favorite books, top 5. And I really respected him, so I wanted to try it, and I think it's gonna chalk up to be a really incredible read. I can check that off the list of things to talk about. Today is April, I believe, 6th, because Tuesday is the 8th. Today is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. No, today is the 7th. That's gonna drive me mad if I don't have that right. I need to check. No, but no matter, today is April 6th. And it was a slow start to the day, I won't lie. I've just been really tired with finals, and this painting, my final painting for this year, is, I want to say 48 by 60. I'm not too sure, but it's pretty big, and I really underestimated just the labor and physical demand of painting on a larger canvas. I've painted on big canvases before, never this big, and this one is and because I'm doing something very energetic, you into every brush stroke, you have to kind of hype yourself up and really put that energy into the paint. I won't lie, I've been having a pretty rough go of it because, well, I haven't heard back from any of the jobs I applied to. And something that I find kind of to my disadvantage is that a lot of places I went to apply to said, we only take applications online, we don't take physical resumes, which I thought was just kind of sad because, well, my work experience doesn't stand out, but I feel like I'm a pretty enthusiastic person and hard worker, and maybe I have a demeanor of sorts that, I don't know, and it's so sick how twisted, it's so sick and twisted how connected self-worth is when you're not getting hired anywhere. I think that's why I've just been feeling really shit about myself, and it's just been curating all sorts of doubts within me. Doubts pertaining to my dreams and aspirations and whatnot. I'm realizing, it is way more of a 0.01 chance rather than a 50-50. And, I binge watched When Life Gives You Tangerines in one night. That was not smart. I think that definitely did me in for a lot of emotional fatigue, and it was a great series, don't get me wrong. I just think watching the entire thing in one night and not spreading it out was a very stupid thing on my part. What have I realized in the time that I've been away? I realized I still am really harsh on myself, and I can't convince myself to go any easier on myself, because whatever sick, twisted need I have for perfection, or working myself to the bone, or punishing myself, people will admire it. And you know, when it's the thing that is showing you, is creating benefits in your life, you can't really get rid of it. You know what I mean? It's like one of my closest friend, she said, well, I haven't met anyone I like, any people. I hate old people. And you know, I'm trying to tell myself, be more open-minded. Don't make such a quick judgment that as soon as they open their mouth and say a few words, don't listen to the voice in your head that's saying, oh, I'm not gonna like this person. But then she was telling me, I'm trying to tell myself this to grow, but I have yet to be proven wrong. And I relate to that so much, in the sense that, sure, so many people can tell me that how I treat myself is really bad, and that I'm gonna burn out, or I'm just putting myself through needless stress and pain. But at the same time, the way I am is the reason, the way I live is the reason that I am at least successful-er than I would be if I let myself go. I don't know if that makes sense. And part of me knows that even if I was a little easier on myself, I wouldn't become lazy. But my fear outweighs my trust in myself, and so I can't let any of it go. And I'm hoping the more I live, the more I experience life, I'll be able to compromise and find balance and not be like this. But I don't know, it's like every time I tell myself, you've done everything you needed to do today, it's okay, you can take a break. As soon as I sit on the couch, take a break and sit down, I think, well, why aren't you writing your book? Why aren't you writing more poetry? Why aren't you working on that screenplay you so wanted to do, and in your spare moment you're not doing it? And it's like, these times I'll kind of ask ChatGPT, I'll say, well, why can't I? Does this mean I don't want it enough? Does this mean I'll never achieve any of these things that I want to do? And something that I took away from it is that ChatGPT literally said, you're not lazy for wanting to take a few minutes of break after you've done everything you have to do. But at the same time, in my mind, I can't find a balance between, sure, it's good enough that I'm alive and breathing and I'm doing what I have to do, versus my ambition that's telling me, well, you can't just be happy with being alive and happy. You have to be doing more. And so it's this constant back and forth, and I don't find justification in either. None of these are justified. It's just, none of these are good or bad either. These are just ways that I live. I try on different ways to live my life sometimes. And I'm stubborn as a bull, and my greatest fear is that nothing good or gentle will ever escape me. And it's so crazy, because I know from friends, I see it in my friends' faces, how much it hurts them when I tell them the way I think about myself. I know they don't think that about me. Somewhere deep rooted inside me, I can't shake the feeling that I'm just this curse on the world just by being alive. And I keep on, the logic side of me knows that's not true. The logic side of me is saying, you've done nothing to be ashamed of just by being alive and taking up space. But I don't believe it. No matter how much my brain can tell myself that. It's a matter of the heart, And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I mean, I know. Up here. I'm not a worthless failure. I'm not the worst person who's ever lived. I'm not incapable of doing anything. I'm not garbage. I'm not trash. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. But there's something about being a little child and growing up, hearing those things and just believing those things, that I'll never not be 5 years old or 8 years old or the little kid I was. I'll never not be that little girl. And it's terrible, I guess, in the workplace sometimes when I feel like I've done something wrong, or when someone rightfully is saying, oh, you shouldn't do that, do it this way. It's just a callback, and I get I start shaking, it's like I'm trembling like a leaf, and I'm terrified all over again, and it's like I'm a kid all over again, and that horrible feeling. And it's just, you think when you get older, you'll never have to call back to your worst times. But funnily enough, your worst times can always find you. I don't know, the memory of who you were when you were at your worst is just permeates through me, no matter what I do. Maybe I come off as confident or nonchalant, like I don't care about people. You know, I hold my head up high when I walk down the street. I don't care about anyone. I have that kind of look right through you. You don't matter to me. You know why I do that? It's because if I stop to think and look at people and care, I'll die. Like, I'm so terrified of people. Like, maybe I can be confident within my own little circle of people who I know, of surrounding myself with people I know who like me, like my friends, but in the outside world, you all terrify me. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Your kindness terrifies me. Your cruelty terrifies me. You breathing in my direction terrifies me. And I think people terrify me because seeing myself terrifies me, and you only really see yourself because it's not an unbiased vision, but you only see yourself when you're looking at yourself through someone else's eyes, I feel. And it's not objective at all, but it feels like because you're imitating how they would see you, and it's their opinions, then it feels real and like they're authentic. I don't know if I'm explaining this well at all, but I realized also no, I'm not gonna go there. What else was on my list of discussions? Oh yeah, revelations, fears. Oh, I already discussed fears. Let's go into revelations now. And then jump back to positivity and how I got out of it. Revelations. I was realizing I was with my best friend in her backyard. And she was just sitting there in front of me, and I realized, God, I'm so stupid. I've been harping on and on about, oh, I wish I'd find my once in a lifetime true love, big love. I wish I'd fall in love, have this big, great love. Bro, my best friend's right there. And I feel so stupid for not realizing it any sooner, but really, the fact that we know each other is actually more insane within context. We were both born in China. Miles apart. We both get adopted and end up in the same country. The same freaking neighborhood. We end up in the same, just, how is that possible? I was harping on about, oh, the universe isn't working anything for me to find my big love. Bro, she's it. She's the biggest luck in my entire life. She's the greatest luck of my entire life that I think I'll ever encounter. And I can't believe that I was so stupid to not realize it sooner. I mean, what are the odds? Literally, what are the odds that I'd get to know you in this life, in this era, in this country, that I'd know you from when we were 7 years old, that I'd be able to grow up with you? I mean, fate must have moved fucking mountains for us just to exist in the same place. And here I was, not putting two and two together, not realizing, not I was trying to write about it last night. I just couldn't really find the greatest words, but in summary, even I don't know if any romantic love could hold up to the platonic, just that understanding. Like, she understands my soul. You've ever had that person? Some people never get that person. And, I'm really me when I'm with her. And I don't have to put on a show. And I can just exist as myself fully, taking up space as much as I want, being exactly who I am. I can say what's on my mind, and maybe she'll scold me or she'll understand me, And it's not just the type of friendship where we only agree with each other and, like, she knows how to call me out. Or we can have different opinions. She teaches me to grow in different ways because, well, we're very similar. We're very, very similar. We are very, very different in different ways. And I just think the profoundness of what I feel for her and our relationship would pale any sort of romantic love I'd have in the future. I mean, how do you top a soulmate like that? I mean, what are the odds? No, literally, what are the odds that we would have found each other? To think I was complaining. Oh, fate, why haven't you sent me someone? Bro, fate must have been rolling their fucking eyes saying, ugh, I sent this person to her and she's not getting it. Like, if she's the greatest, biggest love of my entire life, I'd believe it. I think I have it. I think I've got it. And now that I realize it, I'm not really scared because what I have is already once in a lifetime. I'm not really scared if I'll never fall in romantic love. Well, that's a lie. But that's connected to a different issue of my deep-seated issues of thinking I'm unlovable forever. But that's not the point. The point is, it was right in front of me. I had it. I had it already. And I think this revelation is not... Okay. It's not a minuscule thing. Because once you realize this one thing, like, I had all this energy to put towards wanting to show someone I was in love with love. But now that I have a direction to direct it towards, which is my best friend, I feel eerily just I don't know, at peace. It's not like I feel like I have all this love that's misguided and doesn't know what direction it wants to go into, and I just want to toss it out to random people looking for the one. It's now that I know where I want to direct it, it's like there's so much more ease. There's so much more ease within me. I don't know what it is, but now it feels like I could literally move mountains if she needed me to. And maybe this is the feeling that people talk about in books. But I don't know, man. To think she was always there, and I just never to put it together that she was my biggest thing in my life. I mean, I don't know like how to explain it other than I feel like the luckiest person in the world. Obviously, this is not going to be the state I'm in constantly, every day, every life. Obviously, we're going to have fights. Obviously, we're going to disagree with one another because of certain circumstances. We're not going to see each other a lot or as often as I'd like to or stuff like that. But just to know that she's out there in the same world as me is enough. You know, when I feel like nothing is possible and my dreams will never come true and the world is burning and crashing down because I have a few assignments and I don't have a job and because I'm worthless and stupid, just now being able to tap into the fact that I can remember she's there and that her love for me is there. And just her unwavering, you know, it's not support you get from a parent, which kind of makes it more beautiful because there's this kind of, I don't know, when I know, not that I'm not saying that because they're your parents, they're forced to support you and therefore it's kind of filial or whatever. More so it's because she's not family, the way she's supported me amazes me even more because I never got that from my real family. And it's like, I'm amazed that no one is forcing her to do this. And she's just chosen to. And it's just, the amount of times she's saved me. And at the same time, she's the only person in this world who has the power to cut me down because I care so much about her and love her so much. And she never wields that power. She never wields that power against me, at least intentionally. I mean, that's a different kind of trust. When you love someone so much that you know that anything they can say can hurt you 100 times more than anyone else, and yet they don't ever exert their power on you, is the type of love I've never had, except for her. And it's like having this love without the aspect of violence really has turned the tables for me. Yeah, maybe you're... Actually, no, I don't even want to bring you into this. This is my moment to talk about. Can you believe it took, what? How long have we known each other? Since we were 7, and I'm 21 right now? I don't know the quick math, but what? That's 14. I think that's 14 years. It took me 14 years to realize. Yeah, we went through hellish phases in middle school, and a lot of jealousy and whatnot. We have our baggage, but she's one of the only people that she's the only person that I feel completely understood by. And she's also one of few people who I just want to unravel all of myself in front of, like, I'm such a different person around her just because of the level of comfort. I think no one would really understand my ability to be, wouldn't have seen that side of me before, because I just, one, very terrible with being vulnerable, and two, it's kind of the type of thing that you can only be built on years and years of history. At least that's what I think, in a certain way. And yeah, I just feel like I'm unrecognizable when I'm with her in the best way possible, and that's all you can really ask for in someone, in a great big love, in someone that you love and who loves you. I mean, is this all cheesy and goopy and I don't know. In summation, thank you for being alive. Thank you for being you. I mean, just, man, you're just so important to me. And if I never get that from anyone else, that's fine. I'd be completely content to live the rest of my life with you. We could get married for tax purposes, and then live in a huge house with our cats. I don't know, because I already promised her that I'd be rich and famous and that I would spoil her and give her the good life. And she's in fashion design, so I told her that she could be my stylist and I'd help her launch her brand or company. And yeah, maybe this is all childish nonsense, but who knows, manifestation. Manifestation is a thing, and why not set your sights on an impossible goal? I mean, dreams are meant to be chased. I can't imagine doing anything. I don't really understand what the point of my life would be if I wasn't trying to get closer to my dreams. That's only because I don't know who I am to think that I can be somebody and important. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. Some days it's stronger than others. Some days it's just a flickering flame ready to be put out by one small thing that happens to me in the world. But I hope my hope in myself perseveres throughout my life. If there's something I'm hopeful for my future, I don't think success is everything in the traditional sense. I hope that you can keep your dreams alive in whatever way is manageable, coexisting with reality. And I hope that you're kinder to yourself, that you give yourself more grace. And I hope you let yourself have more joy. The way I'm saying these things is illustrating a very gloomy life, I feel. I know this is a great life. I know life in general is great. The mere act of being alive is a miracle. It's hard to remember those things when you're constantly pummeled by your environment around you, but what I want sincerely is I hope you just never give up. And whether that's drawing on the side, which no, I don't actually want to do that, but whether that's coming up with ideas in a sketchbook while having to work a retail job for a bit, just as long as it doesn't go out completely. I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna do it for you? You know, you're the person who can be most on your side. You're the person who knows your value and knows yourself the best in certain circumstances. Not the bad stuff, the good stuff. And it feels silly to say that I know you'll achieve great things when I haven't achieved anything yet. But I'll just leave that here for now. For now, I'll just say, I know you'll achieve great things in whatever capacity. And I don't know, I just believe in you. So keep on fighting. I know lately you've been thinking, wow, it really doesn't get better. That's kind of the essence of life itself. The higher the highs, the lower the low. And it's just going to teeter and seesaw your entire life because that's just the human experience. You're going to have good and bad. And the essence of human experience will never get better, but the things you can do for yourself by ways of distraction or small little bits of joy, you can control that. That is in your control. And the more you just focus on what's in your immediate control and less what you can't control at all, the more grounded you'll feel. I'm telling this to you from April 6th, 2025. So if you, I don't know, in some bad future where you are gone off the rails and unfocused, I want this to be on the record that I believe in you. And honestly, I believe in us. Not to get all cheesy, but I believe so. Just, it all comes back to how in awe I am of our capacity as human beings. And we are so capable. We have so much in us and so much room in us for good. And there goes my laundry. But you have so much capacity to hold so much in you. I mean, isn't it crazy that you can make a mistake and learn from that, and in the future you won't really do it again? How crazy is that your brain just has the capacity to do that? I don't know about you, but I think that's crazy. Our capacity for love, for understanding. Yes, in this world right now, it feels like everything's gone to shit in a handbasket. That is not the saying, but everything's gone to shit. That's what it feels like. They want, not they. But if you're too tunnel visioned into all the bad, you'll miss how organic being human has always been. And how I believe in us, because we hurt the same way. We feel the same way. And yes, there's nuances and there's complicated factors, but all in all, we're alive the same way. Give or take a few. And I think once you give up on humanity, you stop taking accountability and you stop taking responsibility for others. And I think when we start not taking responsibility for others, that's when things can get really scary and really bad. Because if you're just telling yourself, oh, they're just like that, you can't change them, it will just spread. I think, what was it? Camus said something like, man is along, it was in the myth of Sisyphus. He's essentially talking about how you are everyone else. Everyone else is you, but more articulate than that. And more in the fuck me is gonna drive me a little crazy, because he words it very well. It's beautifully worded. I just can't remember exactly the context, but it was take care of fellow man or something. If you're interested, read The Myth of Sisyphus. Or maybe it wasn't the myth of Sisyphus. Maybe it was, definitely wasn't the rebel, because I haven't finished that. So yeah, it's gotta be the myth of Sisyphus. Anyways, that's besides the point. One thing at a time. And when you feel like one thing at a time isn't enough because your dreams are too big, then tell yourself to fucking chillax. Do what you need to do what's in front of you. Have good sleep, eat something good. Chill out for maybe 30 minutes and you'll go back to normal. I promised you. The existential dread, the doubts, the questions, they all come back when you're not at your peak kind of mental capacity. And to be at your peak mentally is to take care of your body, your mind, and your health. So remember, when you're going through it, don't yourself. Clean up your living space, have a good meal, sleep well, hydrate. Try and take it from there. Get some sunlight. You're literally just a plant. You're a plant. Well, maybe not a plant. Maybe closer to an animal. You're literally just a dog. You're a dog. Got a dog in you. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I need to edit this. Maybe I should look through it once. But, yeah. Okay. Adieu.